Review for Sphere. Directed by Barry Levinson, Dustin Hoffman, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Sharon Stone, Liev Schreiber, Queen Latifah. Spaceship is discovered under 300 years worth of coal at the bottom of the ocean. Worth of coral growth at the bottom of the ocean. Anyways, sorry, I just recorded this and it wasn't recording my audio. So I didn't really like this movie. I thought it was very boring and ridiculous at the especially the last act is just laughable. The first act is interesting, kind of. So basically, they discover, this spacecraft. It's over 300 years old. They bring in these scientists: Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, Samuel L. Jackson, Liev Schreiber. I think Dustin Hoffman is a psychiatrist. Samuel L. Jackson and I think Liev Schreiber are physicists. And Sharon Stone, I think, is a biologist. So, anyways, and they bring them in, and then Peter Coyote is like the head of this OSHA thing. I think they're kind of the Navy's involved too. And then they go into the ship, and there's like the ship that's 300 years old, and then there's also a platform that the Navy or OSHA built that they live in, so they're right next to it, so they could go from there to there, back and forth. Some people say that when this is Michael Crichton, based on a novel. I've heard some people say that The Abyss is kind of a ripoff of the novel. I guess I could kind of see that, but if you're going to compare movies, The Abyss is way better than this. The characters are better. The performances are better. I mean, it looks better, obviously, but it's a much more interesting movie. Because in this, they go into the ship, and just spoilers. I really didn't like this movie, so I don't care. They go into the spaceship, and spoilers, there's no aliens. There's one dead body. It's human. It's an American. They figure out that it's from the year 2045 or around there. And basically, some unknown event happened where it somehow got put 300 years in the past and then crashed into the Pacific Ocean, and then they all died. The skeleton has like a puncture wound on the top of his head, so they think that maybe he was attacked by another member of the crew. At the bottom of the ship, there's this giant golden sphere that's CGI. I mean, it looks pretty cool. They don't really know what it is. They're fascinated by it. Liev Schreiber says it's probably a perfect circle, and which he's impressed by. So they're running out of oxygen, and they go back into the platform. Then out of nowhere, Samuel L. Jackson goes back by himself. He goes into the sphere, and then Dustin Hoffman goes to rescue him. He goes into the sphere, and then they both, and then it's not really shown exactly what happens, but then Samuel L. Jackson's body is found right on the bottom, right next to the sphere. Dustin Hoffman takes him back to the platform. Samuel L. Jackson's acting strange. He's sleeping a lot. And then basically shit hits the fan because Queen Latifah is out in the water. She's taking hard drives to a escape submersible where they are basically keeping a record of what they're doing in the platform just in case it all goes bad. She then is surrounded by jellyfish, and the jellyfish attack her and puncture her suit, which I'm not sure they could, but okay. I mean, she's wearing a pretty thick suit. I thought that was kind of weird, but anyway, so then she dies. Another thing I found odd is there's three people. There's Peter Coyote, Queen Latifah, and another woman, and then there's the scientist. And it's and that's it in the whole platform. I don't know. It seemed like you would want a couple more, but So, anyways, so she dies. Samuel L. Jackson is reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but past page 87, it's all blank in the book. So, because he says that at page 87, like giant kraken squid thing is in it. I've never read the book, but and and it attacks them and it scares him, so he doesn't read past it. Then guess what happens? He's sleeping. This giant kraken thing attacks um the underwater platform. It causes damage throughout the platform. Peter Coyote is killed. He's crushed between a door. Leaf Schreider ends up getting killed. During this time, the computer starts to talk to them, saying like, "Hi, my name is Jerry. I want to talk to you." And then they figure out that this is that astronaut in the spaceship. They don't know how, but the power of the sphere is allowing this person to control electricity and manipulate the platform that they're in. They then begin to suspect that it's actually Samuel L. Jackson doing it because he went into the sphere. They don't know what that does to you. But then Sharon Stone begins to suspect that it's actually Dustin Hoffman because he just says, "I don't remember if I went into the sphere," but he did. They showed it. And he is afraid of jellyfish because when he was a kid, he was fishing with his dad, and his dad said, "Don't jump in the water because there's jellyfish." He did jump in the water, and he was almost killed by them. So basically, the sphere is bringing out your fears and making them a reality. And Dustin Hoffman is in the water. He's attacked by these snake-like things too. And then later on, he's attacked by them again. So he's also afraid of like snakes and water snakes. I mean, isn't everyone? And then Sharon Stone begins to suspect that it's Dustin Hoffman. So then and then earlier they inject Samuel L. Jackson with this chemical that makes it so that you go to sleep but you don't dream because they think that his dreams he's manifesting these fears. She wants Dustin Hoffman to do the same. He's trapped in this room. He won't do it. He's able to get out. And then he starts to say, "No, it's actually you, Sharon Stone," because they explain when she was in college, and I think he was her professor, and I think they were lovers, but she has these mental problems, and he was involved in them, and she's on, these pills she has to take, and he didn't disclose this to the Navy or anything, which seems like a pretty not smart idea, but anyway, so he starts to blame her. So they're all blaming each other. Like Roger Ebert says, it's like a hot potato of who done it. And they're all kind of like blaming each other. And then it's all kind of like, oh, it's all of us. And then Sharon Stone's like, "I don't remember if I went into the sphere." Because they don't actually show her go into it, I think. But they show Dustin Hoffman and Samuel L. Jackson. But I just didn't find it that interesting. And I mean, Roger Ebert criticized the production design. I thought it looked okay. I thought the CG looked okay of the sphere. He says it looks made for TV. I don't know. I didn't really see that, but it was a huge flop. Its budget was 80 million. It made like 37 worldwide. So huge flop. I can definitely see why. Now the director, he did he did Wag the Dog, Bugsy, Rain Man, Good Morning Vietnam, The Young Sherlock Holmes. So he's done some good movies. Just I don't think this is one. Let's see what Kafka. He was a producer on. I think he helped write that. Donnie Brasco. So talented guy, but I just don't think it came together. And especially the last act, because well, for one thing that they figure out, because then the computer starts to say, "Don't call me Jerry." And they're like, "What's your name?" Samuel Jackson's name is Harry, so it's actually him talking through the computer. Although I'm not sure he's aware of it. He like sleeps a lot, so maybe he's just doing it when he's sleeping. It's kind of confusing, and I just you just don't care. Michael Crichton. It's based on a novel by him. I'm sure the novel's better than this. But yeah, Roger Ebert gives it 1.5 stars. He says it's a ripoff of Solaris. He says the underlying idea is the same as Solaris. Come in contact with an extraterrestrial. I've never seen Solaris, so presence that makes their fears seem real. The earlier novel and film challenged their ideas about human consciousness. Sphere functions more like a whodunit in which the plot's hot potato is tossed from character to character. So he kind of criticizes the look. Sphere feels rushed. The screenplay uses lots of talk to conceal the fact that the story has never been grappled with. The effects and the sets are pitched at the level of made for TV fare. Not sure I agree, but I mean, it's nothing amazing. I mean, The Abyss looks better, definitely. So that's the thing. It's like you're gonna watch this, just go watch the director's cut of The Abyss. Maybe go watch Solaris. I've never seen it. I know they remade it like in 2001 or two with George Clooney. I think I've never seen that. I think that flopped also, but probably just go watch those. Maybe I'll go watch Solaris, but definitely go watch The Abyss director's cut though, because the theatrical cut they chop up the end. The studio. I think it's a much better movie, way more interesting, and it actually involves aliens. So, I mean, I guess the sphere is alien. So to be fair, that is the alien presence. But I mean, what's the point of it? It's just what's floating in space for people to pick up, and then if and then their fears manifest and they all kill each other. I guess it's like a test to see if your species is ready for that power. Um, but hint, our species isn't, because yeah, they all go in it. They all just become paranoid, and they all basically just all try to kill each other. So the only excellence is in the acting. Even then, the screenplay puts the characters through so many turns that dramatic momentum is impossible. Momentum is impossible. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Dustin Hoffman is trying to make the movie interesting. I've never seen him give a bad performance. So Samuel Jackson's okay. He kind of sleeps a lot. He doesn't really say that much. So he's just kind of acting creepy, and he's always reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There are ideas sloshing around somewhere in the rising waters above the undersea habitat. The best one is an old science fiction standby. Are humans mature enough to handle the secret of the universe, or are we but an infant species whose fears and phobias prevent us from embracing the big picture? The last seeds are supposed to be solid confrontation of those questions, but they're punctuated by a special effects shot so puny, underwhelming that the spell is broken. And then yeah, and then in the end, I thought this was ridiculous. They all go in the submersible, and they go to the top of the water, and then they get into like a Navy ship, and they all three agree to forget what happened. Like, to actually go into, like, It's like their brains are computers. They can just go highlight a file, click delete. It's like it doesn't work that way. Like I can't just go, oh, I'm gonna forget about this thing that happened to me. It's like I can't really do that. Sometimes you forget about things, but it's not a conscious choice. But anyways, I thought that was ridiculous. They all do that. Oh yeah, and by the way, Sharon Stone put bombs around the submersible or the 300-year-old spaceship. For some reason, they had these bombs in the platform. She puts them out there. Her mind activates them unwittingly, but why would you put them around them? But anyways, they're going to blow up, so then they have to go in the submersible because that will destroy the platform too because they're right next to it. So she destroys it. They all agree to forget, and they forget like it's magic. And then the sphere is unharmed, and it floats up to the top, and then it goes into outer space. I guess to find another species to make them all kill each other. So, yeah. Yeah, not a great movie. He gives it 1.5 stars. I'd probably just give it 1 star. But yeah, that's about it. If you could smash that like button, that'd be great. It really helps the channel. And I'd say just go watch The Abyss. But anyways, see you next time.